Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here and welcome to another coin release news video. The Royal Mint have come out with a brand new coin, forged in friendship. This is the Lion and the Eagle, which brings together two iconic national symbols, the British Lion and the American Eagle. Together they represent the enduring bond between two nations. Kind of cool concept, not going to lie, but the coin does fall flat a little bit in my opinion on the design front. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, of course, and I'd love to know what you think about this coin, the concept and the design down in that comment section. We're going to have a good look at the range and see what's on offer. I've not been sponsored by the Royal Mint to make this video in any way, and I'm not going to be buying one of these coins myself, but it's something that is at least new and different, so I thought we'd at least have a look at it here on this channel. So let's go in and have a look at the range and we'll see what it's all about. So, the bond between two nations, potent symbols of courage, strength and freedom. The British Lion and the American Eagle characterize the spirit of each nation. Richly historic and instantly recognizable. Together they represent the shared values and enduring relationship of two countries that have traditionally stood shoulder to shoulder. Well, at very least, shoulder to shoulder since that old war that we will not mention, that we're not bitter about in any way on this side of the pond. No, but all seriousness, the last sort of 150 odd years have been one that has characterized that bond between the two nations, which is why this is a really interesting concept, and somewhat that I am a little bit disappointed that it is a partnership not with the US Mint, but instead with government, which I don't know a huge amount, but I believe they're essentially just a private mint in the US that makes a lot of products and coins. I'd have loved to have seen a collaboration with the proper US Mint for a coin like this. And I think in some ways that's why maybe the design is a little bit lackluster in my opinion. Now, I said beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I mean no disrespect to John Mercanti here for his design. You know, everybody is entitled to their own opinions on designs, and in certain ways this is a nice elegant design. I do think perhaps this engraving that we're seeing here looks somewhat better than the actual design over on the coin. Maybe the contours of the lines and the lighting make it look a bit different, but I feel like there could have been a little bit more there to really highlight the two nations rather than just have an eagle and a lion. But you know, as I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what do we get in this series? Let's have a look at the range. So we've got a 1 ounce silver, a 2 ounce silver, 5 ounce silver, we've got a 1 kilo silver, we have a 1 ounce gold, 2 ounce gold, and a 5 ounce gold. So no 1/4 ounce gold in this range, which is somewhat of a shame. If you want to get the gold, you have to spend a minimum of £2,770, which is an awful lot. 2 ounce gold here has sold out, but there were only 40 of them. So the mintages on the gold and the kilo silver are pretty low, all things considered. 25 only on these 5 ounce. So there's two schools of thought on that. If the mintage is only 40, then there are so few of them out there as reference pieces that it can be very difficult to know what the sort of true market value of these coins would be. So it's difficult. There are quite decent, I say decent, there are quite high mintages, I would say, even perhaps to the point where it becomes less interesting to someone like myself as a collector of kind of numismatic coins like this. Mintage of 4,500 is a fair amount, I think, for a product like this. It's not really for me, if I'm being honest, when the mintage is like this. If it mintage was, say, 1,500, 1,200, 1,000 maybe even, then I might have actually considered getting it. But with 4,500, I'm not entirely convinced on it from that side of things. And it is an important factor for me to consider. And if we have a look at our little total available trick here, there's still 1,038 in stock. We've always got to take that with a pinch of salt though, because there will be a bunch that are not put on that stock code, as they will be kept for the VIP members of the Royal Mint community that get offered these coins directly. There'll probably be some that are issued straight out to, I would imagine, government, but I don't know that for sure, but other sort of retailers as well. So bear that in mind, of course. Yeah, there we go. Here's the coin. We have King Charles on the back. I somewhat feel, though, that there will be a lot of our US brethren who might like this idea of a, I was going to say a dual country coin, but with King Charles on the back, I think a lot of people might think that's a little bit funny. It's a coin. It has to have King Charles on the back. That's how it is from the Royal Mint, unless it's made by government and it's just a round rather than a coin. But this is made by the Royal Mint. It's a coin, so it has King Charles on the back. It does somewhat strike me as like, well, it's two countries on one coin at the front there, and then it's just King Charles on the back. I'd love to see, I really would, I think it would be really interesting. I'd love to see the Royal Mint break from somewhat of the tradition of just having King Charles on the back, just having that same old background. If they'd have done King Charles with like I don't know, a map of America and Britain in the background, or the Stars and Stripes on one side, the Union Jack on the other side, something different, something exciting like that. That would have been really cool. That would have broken the mould, literally, figuratively, and categorically. It would have made it something more interesting, I think. So maybe a little slight opportunity missed there, but I think as well that would be probably quite difficult to do from a kind of coin perspective here in the UK. We have quite sort of strict guidelines and laws and rules about that kind of thing, and I would not imagine it being too practical or possible. So it's one of those things where it's like we've got this great connection between these two countries. It's been exemplified in a design on this particular coin, and then the other side of the coin is completely British, completely Charles, and it's somewhat of like a yes, it's not what I thought the spirit of the coin could be, and it's important to say could be. It's still okay looking piece of silver for sure. The thing that I think probably most disappointing from my perspective on this is that there isn't going to be a silver bullion version, so it's only proof versions. We see here that there are these bullion versions of the bond coins, which would have been really good to see, and I'd love to see a bullion version of this particular product, but alas, it looks like, as far as I'm aware, there are none coming. I could be wrong, I mean, unless there's some additional information within the product line, but I haven't seen it from what I've been reading, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to get the proof. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It'd be great to hear from you, what you think about this product, what you think about the range, and what you think about the design. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you next time. Thanks all for watching, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.